I like example 9 in section 8.3. It's a nice application of multiplying matrices. It's a little outdated when you look at what this is saying. Gas station is selling regular unleaded and super unleaded. There aren't too many places selling regular anymore, gasoline. And the prices are not this low anymore, $1.80 up to $2. We haven't had prices that low for quite a while. So I would say that this is a little outdated, but the premise is good. If I ever rewrite this, I might make it so different numbers, and these might be like 350 and 370 and 410. That would be a little more reasonable, unfortunately, right now. Those of you who drive know just what I mean. Anyway, this is telling you that on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday they sold these types of gasolines, and that this was the price per type of gasoline, and this was the profit they made on each gallon. And then they set it up as matrices, and on the next page it shows that they multiplied them, and they did all the work to multiply them out for the ones, because it ends up being a 3 by 2, because you have a 2 by 3, you have a 3 by 3 and a 3 by 2, so you end up with a 3 by 2 matrix, and it tells you the total gross income for each of those days, and then the profit for each of those days, for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Nice little thing to do. I like the problem enough that I decided that we would do it for Thursday and Friday. So, yes, I made up some numbers here, so this is a made up one, but it's a nice little fun one to do. Okay. So, let's take a look at this. And what we have here is, again, the same thing. For Thursday and Friday, regular unleaded or super unleaded. This is the amount they sold on the number of gallons. And then over here, the regular unleaded super gallons and how much it was per gallon, and then the profit they made. Okay. So this one, when you look at just the numbers, you have 2 rows by 3 columns. This one is 3 rows by 2 columns. So since the 3's match, we know we can multiply it, and we're going to use these outside 2 to set up and give us our new one. So we're going to now do the top row times the first column for here, the top row times the second column for here, bottom row and the first column for here, and bottom row for this one. That's a lot of multiplying. You got to here, and I see what we should do is not do it that way. Pull out your calculator. Once you get to this and you realize, I'm going to have to do 200 times 2.1, plus 250 times 2.2, plus 120 times 2.3. Come on. Calculator. Call this one C in your calculator. Call this one D in your calculator, or E or F if you feel like it. Calculator. Clear. Second and matrix. So you can make this F and G if you want to. It just doesn't matter. I'll make it C and D for myself. Well, I have to go over to edit, and I'm going to use the C. So my matrix C, I'm going to make this one, and my matrix D, I'm going to make this one. I want you to do the same thing right now. Let's enter these in here, and let's see what answers we get for it. Okay, so matrix C is, it's a 2 by 3. Not a 20. Clear that one. 2 by 3. 200, 250, 120. And 150. So that's this matrix. Make sure I get those numbers right. 250, 320, 120, 150. Load and clear. And now I'm going to do this one. Oops, but there isn't one because I didn't do. I kept on names instead of going to edit. Everyone does that at first, so you will experience it too. All you have to do is go to edit. This one's a 3 by 2. 2.1, 3, 2.2, 134. And check my numbers. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 0.3, 0.34, 0.38. So, once you get that entered, I'll wait for a moment, make sure everyone gets it in, and then we're going to multiply them. We're going to call up the C matrix, press the multiplication key, and call up the D matrix. So, I'm going to press second in matrix, and the number 3 is my C. I'm going to press multiplication. I'm going to go back to second and matrix, and I'm going to do 4 for the D. So I'm going to tell it C matrix times D matrix. Press enter. Here's my answer. Much better than do it. You're welcome to do it by hand. Much better to do it in the calculator. Much better. So that means what I have is equal to 1246, 1511, 190.6. 231, and I'm going to put the zeros just because we're talking dollar amounts here. So this is Thursday and this is Friday. And what this is telling us is on Thursday, they sold $1,246 of gas and made $190.60 profit. And on Friday, they sold $1,511 worth of gas and made $231.80 profit. I feel like this is probably from like the 1950s, because no gas station is going to make it on only 190, 200 or so dollars of profit a day. And they better be selling a lot more gas than that and a lot higher prices, or else they're not making it in this society these days. So it's not realistic. Back in 2000, when this book was from like 2001, it might have been realistic. I think it was still a little low even then, because they probably were making up these problems in like 1995 for the book that came out in 2000. But right now it's a little overdone. However, the concept makes sense. If we made these a lot larger numbers and larger prices, it would probably be like one of the gasoline stations would be around here. And it's probably how they figure it out. They do all this calculation on computers now, and computers use matrices to actually do some of those types of calculations. So now you see sort of the innards of how some of that happens. You get to use this also. So a problem similar to this you will see either on the test or on the addendum. Now you know how to use it. Use the calculator, please.